many cups? I've done 5 cups, starting off in 1983 here in Newport, Rhode Island.
Cross the line, they make a final move.
People ask me how I started sailing and how I got to America's Cup level. I came from a very different kind of background. A traditional background is sailing dinghies and then sailing kind of high performance skiff type boats and then getting into the America's Cup through the performance side. I grew up, I learnt to sail sailing bigger boats. So I was very comfortable with the kind of the slower but more mechanical, more physical style of sailing. I actually started sailing 12 metres in 1981, 2 years before the 83 Cup.
I tell you what, any boss who sacks anyone for not turning up today is a bum.
Best memory from the Cup was the win here in 83 with Australia 2.
Australia 2, skippered by John Bertrand, wins the America's Cup, breaking the longest winning streak in sports history of 132 years.
Although I was just reserved with them because I came here in 83 as a 22-year-old with Advance, with Ian Murray, with Sid Fisher funding out of Sydney, and just an unbelievable experience when you're 22 years old to come to the home of the America's Cup. We were a relatively early exit, but we learned a lot along the way, a bunch of really tight young guys who were very, very dedicated and to learn and learn and learn and soak up as much as we could. And Australia 2 took advantage of us, and we ended up the training partner for Australia 2 using Challenge 12, which was the third of the Australian boats, and went out every day, trained against them, got them up to speed, and then came back and then watched racing on the TV, or was lucky enough to go out on one of their boats and watch the racing. So we were part of it the whole way through, and so for sure that final race and being here in Newport and enjoying the 4 to 5 months that we had lead up and then culminating and actually taking the Cup away from Newport was pretty darn special, being 22 years old.
Seems a problem on One Australia. The boat has snapped in two.
Well, my toughest one is pretty easy. It was with One Australia when our boat broke in half and sank in San Diego, racing Team New Zealand.
Look at it go down, but look how quickly the boat is being sucked into the Pacific. This is incredible.
We left in the morning with all the positivity of, beating up on the Kiwis, ending up, becoming challengers for the Cup, and came back without a boat. Still involved with the America's Cup, but obviously not specifically sailing. My last America's Cup was in 2007 with BMW Oracle in Valencia, and when the Cup went off into the multi-hull environment, I decided to kind of retire myself out because I just didn't have the skill set, so rejoined back with North Sails at that time. And then today, my involvement with the America's Cup is very much at the kind of the strategic level. I work very closely with the teams and making sure that North Sails is providing all the resources and product they need to have successful programs in Barcelona. The simple answer to why does the Cup have the attraction for everyone from the competitors like myself the whole way through to the public watching, it's the Everest of sailing. In my mind, I think very simplistically, there's 2 pinnacles of sailing. There's the Olympic level, high performance, discipline. The America's Cup always been a technology game to me. It'll always be there. I don't see the brand of the America's Cup ever going away. There's always going to be people, passionate individuals, and then passionate countries who are behind the event. And the fastest boat has always won the America's Cup. The fastest team, which is the fastest equipment, the fastest sailors, fastest package. And North Sails plays an incredibly important part of that because we're the engine above the deck. We're the driving force. You've got the hydro side that's under the water, and then you've got the aero side, which is above the water. North Sails has prided itself, its DNA, starting back with Lowell North, you've got to be faster to win.